Hello there, it's down here in Crampton, Northumberland. I'm in the shed talking about my tomatoes again. It's getting that time of year where a lot of the plants are starting to go over, or they're starting to, as we can see this year, it's been blight. I do get, like, you know, the odd tomato plant die, but blight it isn't. It's just one of them things. When I put them in here, I didn't. You see, last year, as you can see, this is covered in wood chip. That's my thing. I like wood chip. Keeps the weeds back, and once it rots down, it adds that little bit extra to the ground. It makes it easier. As you can see, this has been down for a couple of years, so you know, your pumpkin loves that area. So it is fantastic for the ground. But when I put these tomatoes in, I didn't put them in. I dug down so far and put the wood chip back. They haven't been that good, so it's not because of blight. It's just one of them things. I've learned something again, that not to do that. If I'm going to do it, you know, dig a bit around where the hole's going to be, put some soil in, dig a bit deeper, put the tomato a bit deeper, because if you know about tomatoes, you know, like the base and all that, the deeper you put it, it puts out roots anyway, so you're not going to kill the stem. It says a lot of them have died back, but it's just one of them things. I will be collecting a lot of the seed from these. There's black cherry, there's striped derby I think it's called. I've got American ones. I think that's Abraham Lincoln one. I haven't done the best, I would say, but the ones over here, I can get through my jungle. Well, the better ones. So the ones that I showed you first are the ones that I grew from seed at home. These ones I started near the end of April going to May here. So next year I ain't going to start them from home, I'm going to start them here. They seem to, in my mind, they seem to acclimatise to the weather. I think the reason why the ones over there, you know, I think they got a bit of a shock. Going from, you know, the warmth of the house to all of a sudden being put here, but these ones here didn't. So next year I'll be trying to grow them from here. But as you can see, I've got them in collers, 3 deep. When I put them in, what I originally should have done, as you can see, you've got the 4 holes for the canes, was put them in every single one of them, because the ones at the back have collapsed, as you can see, because they've got no support. So if I put the canes in originally the first time, bit of a mistake because I haven't used these before, I could have supported them, a bit more air. A lot of them are starting to go over, as you can see. That's rotten, it's starting to rot a bit. Most of the tomatoes are okay, you know, they're starting to like dry out, but yeah. Like, that's my Chinese tomato one I got for Christmas. I don't know what it is. It was in Chinese. I should have got it translated really. It's like a plum type sort of tomato. So if anybody recognises that tomato, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've got Moneymaker, which is them ones. You've got Roma, I think it is, plum tomato. So yeah, I have been collecting a lot of tomatoes. A lot have started to rot a little bit. It isn't blight. So yeah, I will be using these next year. But next year I will be putting them 2 deep, not 3 deep. So I have been noticing there was a bit of a thread on one of the groups I was on, talking about, you know, are they worth using these? You know, they don't do me any difference. You see, for 5 seasons, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I've just put them in the ground, and I've always had a good crop. But I did notice a lot of the people who did use these collars seem to get bigger crops, bigger plants, healthier plants. And the reason why I decided to use them this year was because last year I tend to find that I wasn't sure whether the plants were getting enough water. You know, I put the hose down and there'd be loads of water on one side but not the other side. So this year I decided to do this, and I'm telling you, it does make a hell of a difference. Like I said, you can put the cane on. You've got 4 canes, and I've got 4 stems coming from the main stem, and I was getting loads and loads of tomatoes. Obviously I have realised that really I should have had them 2 deep, not 3 deep. to give them more air circulation. I haven't suffered with blight because I've had obviously this door here, I've had it open and I want the bottoms open, so I haven't suffered with anything. You know, odd time when it's been a bit moist, damp in here, you'll see the stem has got a bit of mould on it, but no, I've just basically just cut that away. I get that every year, and it's got nothing to do with blight. And we all know, well, you should know, that blight, you can put all these tomato plants, if you've got blight, and you can put them on your compost heap. Might be controversial me saying that, but I have seen a lot, heard a lot. If anybody follows Charles Darwin, is it Darwin, I think it is, who does a no-dig thing, he says exactly the same thing. See, I remember my dad getting blight on a lot of the plants, tomatoes, and he would just chuck all the tomato plants, the tomatoes, onto a pile. It never seemed to affect it. Blight is airborne. It isn't transferred through soil, it's airborne. I don't know what it is, what you class as a airborne, like a mould sort of thing. I haven't really looked at the blight to see what it is, but you know, you do know when you see them. Obviously you get the, it's like all of a sudden your stem goes like that, so technically you could say that's blight, but that's just, you know what I mean, you could see that like there, you're seeing how there, I could see that's blight, it might be, you know what I mean, but I got that every year, and every year when I've finished, I've just got these plants, old plants, put them on my pile, let them rot away. So even I, you know, was worried and think to myself, well, can I put these? I have been cutting bits away thinking it was blight, but knowing for a fact it isn't blight, because looking into it, but still worrying, think myself, can I put this on a pile? And obviously I was, you know, reading up on it, watching a few things that Charles Darwin no dig, he's saying exactly the same, you can put them on. It isn't a soil transferable disease, it's an airborne thing, and it's just you have to have the right conditions, a certain temperature, moisture, humidity and all that, and we have had some strange weather. But yeah, I've been collecting quite a few tomatoes. I'm quite happy, so I'm not too worried, but I must say I'm really saddened for all the people that's actually lost all the tomatoes. It is sad, but it's just one of them things, isn't it, really? You can have one year, you can have a fantastic crop, the next year you can't, and you're trying to think the reason why. You've done everything right. Like I say, I've been keeping this door open. There's a lad on this plot. He was coming at night time and he was shutting his doors, and he's had to rip every plant out because they're all, you got blight. There was no air circulation, so I've kept this door open and the one at the back. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm hoping you didn't have too bad of a crop this year. Probably not my best. I had tried to grow a few more. I normally grow these ones anyway, Moneymaker and Roma. I do like them, they're quite a nice tomato. And I try to grow obviously different ones, and hasn't exactly worked out, but it's not going to put us off growing next year. Like I said, I've learned to do these 2 deep, not 3. But yeah, I do like these, and because I like them that much, which I bought 18 of them altogether, I bought another 24. So now I'm going to have 42 for next year. But I will be using a lot of these for my cucumber. My cucumber rotted this year, first time ever. I did put a lot of wood chip down, so when I was walking around the base, the wood chip was gathered around the base and it's rotted them, so I will be using them for that and other plants. Like I says, I did see a thread on a group, and some, you know, someone was saying like, oh, what's the point of them, you know, blah blah blah. But the thing is, it's the same thing as like when you get the tomatoes, and I've seen people putting plastic bottles, cutting the top off, and that goes directly to the roots. Exactly the same thing. It just made it easier. It meant that I didn't have to wet the floor, create any weeds, even though there's a one over there, and it went directly. I knew it was going directly to the roots. Someone did ask us, what did I do? Did I just shove it in? Well, basically, I pulled the wood chip back, I dug a hole down, I put some chicken coop poop in there, and then put the tomato in, backfilled it, knowing that it had something to feed on underneath, and it basically it could put its roots out. Probably if I took all this back here, I bet the roots from here is spread right across here. So all these roots have all come together under there. So yeah, because people were saying like, oh, you've had a good crop with your little small pots, but they didn't realise that the roots aren't just in here, they're basically all over here, the whole lot of them all grown underneath. Anyway, thanks for watching again. Any comments, anything you want to say, ask. See you later. Bye.